Hey, it's your Wisconsin Wine Guy with your latest Q&A question answer. So I had an interesting question that was asked of me. It was, so the question is, how do you cleanse your palate for drinking wine? I said, wow, that's very interesting. Let's see if I can give you a simple answer. And for me, of course, when you first come into wine, you visit wineries or you taste wine with friends, or you read things that tell you do this, do that, and the other. I've heard things, with like crackers, especially the oyster crackers, sparkling water, still water, sparkling wine, uh, cheeses, bread. But here's my take. Over all the years of my drinking wine, I was visiting Europe at one point, and this is what I learned. I'll tell you that shortly. But let's talk about the others. So crackers. So those little oyster crackers you may find at some wineries, just crackers in general. I don't rinse my palate with those crackers, well, crackers in general, and here's why. Because you remember when you're in elementary school, you did paper mache. You had that pasty glue thing with newspaper and water, right? So think about that on your palate. What is your palate? Your palate is what you taste with. It's full of taste buds. It's all over, and also inside your mouth is all these things that help you taste wine. So once you create this paper mache with the crackers, that's coated, that's gone. In addition to that, there are some oyster crackers that have a little sugar to them. So it'll kill certain wines. So crackers, out. Water. Here's what I learned about water. Water, to me, is only used for if you're choking or if you need to rehydrate. That's water. It can serve as a good rinse, but then all of a sudden you rinse all of the elements of wine drinking that you had. It's gone. Poof, gone, just like that with water. All right, and depending on the water, whether it's sparkling water, and some sparkling water has that it starts with a Q. Can't say the word, but it starts with a Q, which is a little sweet. It has that in it, okay, which is gonna make the water sweeter, which is gonna kill the wine. And some sparkling water has too much CO2, which kind of affects your palate, so I don't mess around with sparkling water. All right, so I just did that one, but what I did learn, but regular water, which what I have here, as I said, if you're choking, drink water. Need to rehydrate, drink water, all right? But here's what I learned when I was in Europe. Okay, you're tasting wine, or rather, more specifically, tasting a series of wine. You want to rinse your palate with the next wine that you're going to be drinking. When I heard that, I thought, that's kind of weird. But then I did it. It made a whole lot of sense. Rinse with the next the next wine that you're going to be drinking. I'm like, oh my God. And then you taste. Like, oh my God, that makes a lot of sense. So here's what I do. As I said, I always have my water handy. If I'm choking, or if I need to rehydrate, I have my water. If I'm tasting or sampling a group of wines, I'm rinsing with the next wine and I'm spitting out. Okay, I'm not swallowing, spitting out. You got like 6, 7 wines or more. You can't just drink all of those. So you rinse, you spit out, boom, now you taste. If I'm just drinking wine by myself and tasting wine, I'm rinsing in one bottle. I'm rinsing with that wine, and I have my water to rehydrate. So basically what I'm saying is it's a personal choice. But you heard what I said about crackers. You heard what I said about sparkling waters or even sparkling wine. Okay? I personally don't deal with those, but you decide what works for you. I know for me, rinse with the next wine works for me. Water, stay hydrated. That's your Wisconsin Wine Guy answering that question of what do you use to cleanse your palate in between wines? Ciao!